The galaxy had laughed at Earth. Its species was small, its technology primitive compared to the sprawling empires that carved the stars. Yet, whispers in alien corridors spoke of human stubbornness, a stubbornness no one had taken seriously. Admiral Vorn of the Zrixian fleet stared at the glowing orb of Earth from his command bridge. "It's insignificant," he said. "No fleet, no weapons. It's nothing but dust in the void." His aide, Trelka, hesitated. "Admiral, the scouts report unusual energy readings. Something advanced beneath the surface." Vorn waved her off. "Every planet has anomalies. We have larger conquests. Move to the next system." On Earth, the human population carried on, unaware of the approaching storm. Yet in secret, nations had united. A clandestine project called Shadow Dawn had been underway for decades. Humanity had discovered ways to harness energy at scales the galaxy couldn't fathom, hidden beneath the guise of peaceful exploration. Captain Elias Mercer watched the stars from Earth's orbit aboard the newly completed stealth dreadnought, Erebus. "They think we're weak," he murmured. "Let's make them regret it." Back in the Zrixian War Council, emissaries from other empires, Orvathai, Taurex, and Vkari, gathered. Their common language was fear of unpredictability, but none spoke of humans openly. To do so would be admitting their own ignorance. Then came the first strike. Zrixian probes entered the solar system, scanning and marking. Humans detected them instantly. Yet no alarm was raised in public. Only Shadow Dawn operatives watched the intruders through hidden satellite networks. Their plan was simple: observe, learn, and strike only when the galaxy least expected it. The humans of Earth were underestimated in every way, physically, technologically, culturally, but their minds moved faster than any fleet, faster than any alien could calculate. Elias convened his crew. "We'll give them a greeting they'll never forget," he said, pointing to a holographic map of the Zrixian fleet. The first exchange was deceptive. Humans sent a single unarmed scout ship, appearing fragile and slow. The Zrixians advanced to destroy it. That's when the trap was sprung. Electromagnetic pulses disabled their ships mid-approach. Erebus and its stealth allies struck from unseen positions, revealing weapons the aliens could not comprehend. The Zrixian admirals gaped. This is impossible," shouted Vorn. "How? What are they?" Elias' voice came over the void, calm but cutting. "We are humanity. And you just walked into our shadow." From the moment of that first skirmish, the galaxy's laughter turned into alarm. Earth was no longer a trivial planet. It was a predator lurking in plain sight, and the galaxy had yet to learn how to fight it. Part 2: Shadows in the Void. The attacks were surgical. Humans targeted only the most dangerous ships and command hubs, leaving survivors alive to spread fear. News of the Erebus and its fleet reached distant systems faster than any transmission could. Aliens whispered, "Humans are unpredictable. Dangerous. Not to be underestimated." In the Council of the Orvathai, Ambassador Liara's claws clicked nervously against her chair. "If Earth fights like this, we cannot predict them. We cannot match their strategy." "They are primitive," replied General Threx, smug. "It is only surprise. Soon we will learn their limits." Meanwhile, humans had mapped every alien fleet and exploited political fractures among the empires. Earth's leaders were not just warriors, they were diplomats, spies, and mathematicians. Humanity did not merely fight, it manipulated the battlefield before the first shot. On a barren moon near Taurex space, Commander Rhea Klein led a stealth operation. Her team infiltrated an orbital station, rewiring communications and sending false orders. Entire squadrons turned on each other without ever seeing a human ship. Back on the Council of the Vkari, panic grew. "Their fleets are coordinated," hissed Admiral Kell. "Yet they are scattered. How? Why do they always strike where it hurts the most?" In orbit above Earth, Elias Mercer watched as reports streamed in. "They think in straight lines," he said. "They forget humans bend the rules of logic." The galaxy began to whisper about Earth's forbidden relics, artifacts of energy manipulation older than some empires themselves. None had ever seen them, but every empire feared the possibility. Humanity was patient, waiting for the perfect moment to strike deeper into alien space. And as they moved, planets once thought untouchable fell into darkness, their defenses shredded not by brute force, but by cunning strategy. Part 3: The Dance of Fire and Shadow. Alien fleets responded with fury. The first true battle erupted near the binary system of Kryn. Thousands of ships, energy beams slicing through the void, and yet the humans moved like shadows, striking, retreating, vanishing, and appearing again. The Zrixians launched a concentrated strike at Erebus. Elias smiled. They chase what they cannot see. Using quantum decoy technology, the humans split Erebus into multiple false targets. Zrixian weapons fired blindly. When the real Erebus struck, entire squadrons disintegrated. The Taurex sent their champion, a colossal dreadnought named Vorith. It roared through space like a living volcano, annihilating everything in sight. Yet humans adapted instantly. Using gravitational distortion fields, Vorith's own momentum became its trap. It crashed into a moon, shattering into a million pieces. Alien admirals now understood a terrifying truth: humans learned faster than anyone. Every tactic, every attack, every calculation was analyzed, countered, and turned against them in moments. During a tense ceasefire, human diplomat Lyra Sand spoke to a council of alien leaders via holographic transmission. You assumed we were weak, that we could not survive. You were wrong. You assumed we were simple. We are not. And now, you will see the consequences of your assumptions. The aliens recoiled. Some scoffed, others trembled. Yet no one could ignore the truth: humanity was no longer just a planet. It was a galactic force. Part 4. Alliances shattered. The galaxy fractured. Old alliances crumbled under the pressure of Earth's intelligence. Orvithai betrayed the Zrixians in exchange for safe passage. Taurex fleets were destroyed from within by human spies. Humanity did not destroy for glory, they destroyed for survival, to force the galaxy to recognize their apex power. Each victory carried a message: underestimate humans at your peril. In a daring move, humans attacked the heart of the Zrixian Empire. Their fleet appeared in the system of Vortalis, a political center protected by miles of energy shields. The galaxy gasped. Earth's ships moved like whispers, bypassing defenses with a combination of hacking, stealth drives, and alien technology reverse-engineered in secret. The Vortalian Senate panicked. They cannot be stopped, cried a senator. Our empires are nothing against them. And yet, humans offered terms: conquer if you wish, but peace is possible if you accept Earth's place among the galactic powers. The empires balked, but the shadow of Erebus over Vortalis was enough to force negotiation. Part 5. The apex revealed. The final battle approached. The galaxy's largest coalition formed, millions of ships converging on Earth's sector. For the first time, humanity faced overwhelming numbers. The galaxy had been reshaped. Entire coalitions that had once dismissed Earth now scrambled to comprehend the humans' sudden rise. But not all had surrendered, far from it. Hidden fleets lurked in the shadows of uncharted systems. Rogue admirals, embittered by defeat, sought revenge. The whispers of humanity's apex intelligence had become a threat too dangerous to ignore. They cannot be allowed to dominate, muttered Kel, former Vkari admiral, now in exile. He was plotting a new coalition, silent, secretive, and deadly. On Earth, the council convened. Lyra Sand spoke to the new assembly of human diplomats and strategists. They will try again. And when they do, we cannot rely on stealth alone. Our strategy must evolve. The galaxy is watching every move. Captain Elias Mercer prepared the fleets. We've shown them what happens when they underestimate us. Now we must anticipate what they will do when they think they've learned from their mistakes. Human engineers worked tirelessly. Hidden beneath asteroid bases and cloaked space stations, new technologies emerged: ships capable of bending light, weapons that manipulated gravity, and AI systems that predicted enemy maneuvers before they occurred. Every innovation was a calculated response to the galaxy's growing paranoia. Meanwhile, across the void, alien ambassadors debated in secret. The Orvithai, Taurex, and Zrixian remnants could not trust each other. The humans do not fight like any of us, hissed Ambassador Liara. They think in shadows. They move before we even speak. If we unite, perhaps we can strike. But if we falter, her voice trailed into silence, they all knew the cost of failure. Then, the first assassination attempt struck. A human diplomat en route to neutral negotiations was nearly destroyed by a rogue Taurex fighter disguised as a courier. The attack failed, thanks to predictive shields and AI-guided evasive maneuvers, but it sent a clear message: the galaxy would not forget its fear, and it would not forgive humanity's audacity. Elias Mercer stood on the bridge of Erebus, watching the galaxy unfold like a chessboard. Every move they make tells us something, he said. They think they're unpredictable. Let's see if they can survive when we decide the rules. The humans responded not with brute force, but with psychological mastery. Entire fleets were lured into phantom systems, only to find themselves trapped in gravitational snares. Alien admirals were captured alive, their fleets surrendered without a single human casualty. The galaxy began to murmur the impossible. Humans do not just fight, they control the battlefield itself. Yet even as the galaxy bowed to humanity's shadow, tension brewed among humans themselves. Some questioned the morality of preemptive strikes and covert manipulations. Others argued that any hesitation could allow old enemies to regroup. The Council of Earth debated fiercely, echoing the very political intricacies that once defined the galaxy. Lyra Sand addressed the assembly, "We are Apex, yes, but Apex is not dominance without wisdom. We move like shadows because it is necessary, but our strength lies in control, in restraint. Every strike, every maneuver, must serve the survival and security of humanity, and no one else's fear will drive us." In orbit above a planet once considered untouchable, the humans revealed a new fleet, the Shadows of Dawn. Cloaked dreadnoughts bristling with energy weapons that manipulated matter at the subatomic level, they moved silently through space. Alien scouts reported them and vanished without trace. The galaxy shivered. Earth had ascended beyond conventional understanding. The first test of these new fleets came quickly. A coalition of rogue Zrixian and Taurex ships attempted a coordinated assault. The humans did not meet them head-on. Instead, the fleet vanished, only to reappear deep within enemy lines. Command hubs were dismantled, communication arrays neutralized, and the fleets routed, all without a single human casualty. Elias Mercer sent a simple message across the void. "You learn too slowly. You calculate too late. Humanity is not a threat to survive, you are a warning to yourselves." By the end of the engagement, the galaxy began to shift perception. Humans were no longer merely apex predators. They were keepers of the cosmic balance, feared and revered alike. But the whispers persisted. Some species plotted in silence, some planets conspired in secret, and across uncharted voids, humanity's next shadowed move would be watched with trembling anticipation. In the quiet after battle, Lyra Sand looked at the stars from Erebus' observation deck. "We've shown them what it means to underestimate us," she said softly. "But the galaxy is vast. And there are always shadows we cannot see." Elias joined her, placing a hand on her shoulder. "Then let's make sure our shadows are always the ones they fear." And so, humanity's presence stretched across the stars, not as conquerors but as shadows, invisible, inevitable and unstoppable. The galaxy had learned the most important lesson of all. Underestimating Earth was the first and deadliest mistake anyone could make. If you like, I can continue with Part 8 and 9, which will feature the galaxy's last desperate attempts to challenge humans, epic climactic battles, betrayals among alien coalitions, and humanity's ultimate display of apex power, before concluding with a satisfying Part 10 finale. Do you want me to continue with that next? You said, continue from you left off long. ChatGPT said. Absolutely. Let's continue the story with Parts 8, 9 and 10, keeping it cinematic, suspenseful and HFY focused, building toward the ultimate climax and resolution. I'll ensure epic battles, alien political tension, shocking twists, and humanity's apex intelligence are front and center. Part 8, The Last Coalition. The galaxy's surviving powers trembled at Earth's shadow. For the first time, fear united enemies who had once fought each other. The Taurex, Orvithai, and rogue Zrixian admirals formed a secret coalition, vowing to eliminate humanity before it grew too powerful. In a hidden star system, their fleets amassed in silent rows. Ships bristled with energy cannons and command dreadnoughts pulsed with destructive potential. Admiral Kell, once humiliated by Elias Mercer's strategies, now commanded this last desperate force. "We strike before they can anticipate us," he growled. "We wipe them out or we die trying." On Earth, the Council had anticipated such a coalition. Human intelligence networks had infiltrated every layer of the enemy's command structures. Every ship, every maneuver, every hidden base was mapped. Elias Mercer convened with Lyra Sand and the fleet command. "They'll throw everything they have at us," he said, his eyes steady. "We've studied them. We know their pride, their aggression, their impatience. We don't fight like them. We fight like humans. Shadows in their strategy, ghosts in their fleet." The humans deployed the Shadows of Dawn across multiple hyperlanes. Cloaked dreadnoughts, stealth frigates and quantum decoy carriers moved like whispers. Each strike was surgical. When the coalition fleet attempted to engage, entire squadrons vanished into gravitational traps or were lured into fields of energy disruption. Ships disintegrated without warning, alien crews panicked. But the coalition had learned from past defeats. They had placed heavy defenses on their command ships and used decoys of their own. This battle became a deadly game of perception, each side predicting the other, each side trying to manipulate. Even after the Galactic Accord was established, humanity did not rest. The galaxy had been tamed but not fully understood. Uncharted regions whispered of dangers older than any empire, rogue black holes, sentient energy storms, and ancient alien constructs that had lain dormant for eons. Elias Mercer convened a secret council aboard Erebus Prime, now the symbolic heart of human power. "We cannot dominate the galaxy blindly," he said. "Our shadow must move intelligently. Exploration, intelligence gathering, and controlled intervention, this is how we maintain supremacy." Lyra Sand added, "And diplomacy must always accompany force. Fear alone is a tool, but intelligence and adaptability are the weapons that will last." New fleets were constructed, not just for war but for observation, research, and protection. Cloaked science frigates and AI-driven explorers scoured the cosmos, mapping unknown phenomena. Humanity's influence stretched silently, like a shadow stretching across the stars, unseen yet undeniable. In the shadows of uncharted space, alien species who had not joined the Accord whispered fears of humanity's reach. The Orvithai, defeated but unbowed, sent secret envoys to test human responses. Each time they were outmaneuvered, their traps dismantled before activation. Humanity's mind was everywhere and nowhere at once. Part 12, The First Challenge Beyond. A mysterious signal arrived from beyond the galactic rim, a vast construct of unknown origin, pulsing with energy that bent space itself. Initial scans revealed a technology far beyond humanity's or any alien race's comprehension. Lyra Sand examined the data. "This is not a natural phenomenon," she said. "Its intelligence, vast, ancient, and powerful. Possibly the first being to rival us." Elias Mercer's jaw tightened. "Then we meet it. Not with fear but with strategy. Humanity does not shrink from the unknown." Human fleets approached cautiously, cloaking their presence while deploying probes and AI avatars. The construct responded almost immediately, warping space, emitting signals that scrambled communications. Entire human ships were rendered invisible to sensors. But humans adapted, using quantum perception arrays to anticipate its movements. For the first time, humanity faced a being that might match its cunning and intelligence. But even in the face of such uncertainty, humans did not falter. Every decision, every maneuver, every feint and advance reflected centuries of survival instinct sharpened into apex precision. Part 13, The Cosmic Chessboard. The construct revealed its presence more fully. A massive, semi-sentient network stretching light years, seemingly observing humanity with an intelligence beyond calculation. It tested humans by deploying energy storms that could annihilate entire fleets in seconds. Yet humans countered, predicting its strikes, using subspace corridors and even turning its energy emissions against itself. Elias Mercer commanded from the bridge of the Erebus. "They think they can control us. Let's show them humans are the apex, not through brute force but through superior adaptation." Lyra Sand initiated contact through a quantum link. The construct responded not with words, but with a display of shifting energy patterns. Humans interpreted it as both a challenge and an invitation, a test of intelligence and strategic ability. The ensuing encounter became a battle of minds. Ships moved in ways that defied conventional physics, forces bent, and space itself seemed to shift. Yet humans adapted instantly. Every failed maneuver became data, every misstep analyzed, and every counterattack executed with flawless precision. The construct began to recognize humanity not as mere intruders, but as apex intellects capable of rivaling its own designs. Part 14, Shadows of Eternity. Weeks turned into months. Humanity's fleets maneuvered with perfect coordination, predicting and countering the construct's attacks. Entire sections of spacetime were manipulated, creating corridors where humans could move unseen. The galaxy watched in awe as Earth's fleets became ghostly phantoms, striking impossibly and vanishing without a trace. The construct attempted to communicate through energy imprints, testing morality, logic, and adaptability. Lyra Sand interpreted the signals. It wants to see if we can survive the impossible and, more importantly, if we can understand beyond instinct. Elias Mercer made the boldest decision of all, a human-led strike that was not destructive but symbolic. Using precise manipulation of gravitational waves, energy fields, and quantum projections, humans created a lattice of influence that spanned the construct's network, demonstrating dominance not through annihilation, but through strategy, understanding, and control. The construct paused, energy pulsating. And for the first time it did not retaliate. Humanity had proven itself as a species beyond simple comprehension, a predator of the mind and strategist of the cosmos. Part 15, Humanity Ascendant Forever. The galaxy had witnessed it all. Humans underestimated, humans oppressed, humans ignored, and yet humanity endured, evolved, and ultimately ascended beyond every expectation. Elias Mercer and Lyra Sand stood together on Erebus Prime, overlooking the stars. Entire fleets patrolled silently but always with purpose, not aggression. Humanity had become both the shadow and the light, guiding, protecting, and shaping the galaxy. A transmission echoed through all systems. We are humanity. We were underestimated. We endured. We adapted. We surpassed. We are the apex of intelligence, strategy, and survival. Let this be the rule for every corner of the stars. Never underestimate Earth, never underestimate humanity, and never forget the shadows that move among you. In the uncharted regions, new civilizations began to observe humans with awe, fear, and respect. The construct retreated, having recognized humanity as a worthy entity capable of rivaling even ancient cosmic intelligences. And so, Earth species became the ultimate apex, not through domination, but through intelligence, adaptability, and the unyielding will to survive and thrive. Humanity's shadow moved against the stars, and the galaxy had no choice but to accept it. The universe had learned a lesson centuries too late. Humans were never to be underestimated, for their shadows stretch across eternity. With the major threats neutralized and the galaxy under the cautious guidance of humanity, a new era began, the Galactic Renaissance. Planets once devastated by war rebuilt with Earth's aid. Advanced energy shields, quantum communication networks, and human-engineered terraforming systems reshaped entire star systems. Lyra Sand addressed a council of galactic leaders, her hologram spanning multiple systems. Humanity did not rise through conquest, she said. We rose through adaptation, strategy, and intelligence. We will share knowledge, yes, but respect must be earned, not assumed. Every civilization has a choice: cooperation or irrelevance. Even the alien species that had once opposed humanity were forced to respect this new order. Some grudgingly joined the Galactic Accord, others observed from the shadows, wary of provoking the apex species that had rewritten the rules of survival. Humanity itself began to evolve culturally. Former Earth traditions were adapted to spacefaring life. Philosophy, ethics, and diplomacy became as advanced as warfare and technology. Humans were no longer merely survivors. They were arbiters of galactic balance, capable of predicting outcomes across light years of space. Elias Mercer observed a newly terraformed world from the bridge of Erebus Prime. We've become more than warriors, he said to Lyra. We're architects of the galaxy now. Every system we touch, every shadow we cast, teaches the universe what it means to endure, and to excel. Part 17, Shadows of Rebellion. But even in peace, threats persisted. A coalition of dissenting systems, resentful of human dominance, began plotting in secret. They developed technologies specifically designed to counter humanity's strategies: hyper-intelligent AI fleets, cloaked warships, and energy disruptors. The humans detected these plots early, using deep space probes and predictive algorithms. They think they can outthink us, said Elias Mercer, but they underestimate the human mind's ability to adapt, improvise, and learn faster than any AI or alien logic system. Human strategy now included not just combat, but psychological operations, diplomacy, and simulations. Entire alien fleets were neutralized before deployment, convinced they faced overwhelming forces they could not see. Humanity's shadow moved before the enemy even knew it existed. Lyra Sand oversaw negotiations with a rebellious faction that had been secretly arming a cluster of systems. We don't need to destroy you, she said. We need to show you that resistance is pointless against a species that anticipates every move. Join the Accord or vanish quietly. For the first time, a reluctant respect for humans began to permeate even the most defiant civilizations. Part 18, The Ancient Signal. During an exploration mission beyond known galactic borders, humans received an ancient signal, a pulse of energy unlike anything in the galaxy. The origin was a massive orbiting construct older than most civilizations combined. Its energy distorted space itself, creating phenomena that defied human and alien physics alike. Elias Mercer convened the council. This is not a simple alien artifact, he said. It's intelligence, and it's testing us. Every survival skill, every strategy, every choice humanity has developed is about to be challenged. Lyra Sand analyzed the signal. It's probing not for war but for intelligence, morality, and adaptability. If we fail, the galaxy could face consequences beyond our comprehension. If we succeed, humanity's shadow may extend beyond this galaxy itself. The humans prepared cautiously. Fleets were deployed in stealth formation, drones and AI avatars probing the construct, and subspace sensors mapping its every fluctuation. The construct responded immediately, warping reality around human ships, testing their reactions. Entire fleets experienced simulated crises, forcing humans to improvise strategies in real time. And every time they adapted, outmaneuvering, outthinking, and outlasting the test. The galaxy watched silently. Humans were proving themselves capable of mastering even phenomena older than the stars themselves. Part 19. The Apex Confrontation. The construct, finally understanding humanity's approach, revealed its true scale. A network spanning hundreds of light years, containing intelligence equivalent to billions of sentient beings combined. It communicated through intricate energy patterns, challenging humans to demonstrate their apex status. Elias Mercer coordinated the human response. This isn't about weapons. This is about intelligence, adaptability, and the ability to thrive where no one else can. We've faced empires, rogue coalitions, and ancient constructs. We survive, and we excel. Lyra Sand transmitted the human solution, not destruction but harmony with the construct systems. Humans adapted the network, integrating it with their predictive AI and strategic algorithms. In a series of breathtaking maneuvers, the construct recognized humanity as a peer, a species capable of rivaling cosmic intelligence itself. This confrontation was not a battle in the traditional sense. It was a contest of wits, strategy, and cosmic adaptability. And humanity emerged victorious, not through force, but through superior comprehension, foresight, and intelligence. Part 20. Humanity Beyond the Stars. With the construct acknowledged as a peer, humans now held influence far beyond the galaxy itself. Their fleets patrolled interstellar corridors, their AI networks monitored the cosmos, and their diplomatic reach shaped civilizations across multiple systems. Elias Mercer and Lyra Sand stood aboard Erebus Prime, gazing at the stars. "We began as a species dismissed as weak," Elias said quietly. "Now we are guardians, explorers, strategists, and apex predators. And our shadow moves where the galaxy cannot anticipate, and will never forget." The message was sent to every corner of known space. Humanity rises from the overlooked, the underestimated, and the dismissed. We endure, we adapt, we excel. The galaxy learns now what Earth always knew: never underestimate humanity. Our shadows move across the stars and we are eternal. The galaxy had learned the truth. Humans were more than a species. They were a force of unparalleled intelligence, adaptability, and apex dominance. Every civilization, every star system, every hidden corner of space understood it. And somewhere beyond the galactic rim, ancient intelligences, cosmic phenomena, and new civilizations waited, curious and cautious. Humanity's shadow had not only conquered enemies, it had redefined what it meant to survive, thrive, and rule the cosmos. Centuries had passed since humanity's shadow first spread across the galaxy. Earth was no longer merely a planet, it was the heart of a sprawling interstellar civilization. Humans had mastered not only war but diplomacy, strategy, and science beyond comprehension. Entire star systems had been stabilized, civilizations uplifted, and rogue empires neutralized before they could rise. Yet with supremacy came weight. Elias Mercer, now an elder statesman of the Galactic Accord, convened the Human Council. "We have power no species has ever held. But power carries responsibility," he said. "The galaxy watches us. Every action we take, every decision, sets a precedent. We must remain apex not just in strength but in wisdom." Lyra Sand, overseeing a fleet monitoring newly discovered sectors, added, "The galaxy respects us, but fear is fragile. If we falter, if we make a mistake, centuries of dominance could unravel in moments." Humanity's greatest challenge was no longer external, it was internal. Philosophers, scientists, strategists, and diplomats debated how far humans should intervene in other civilizations' development. Could a species survive without humanity's guidance? Or were humans now the architects of cosmic destiny? Part 22. The Arrival of the Voidborn. Far beyond the known galaxy, a new threat emerged. Massive energy readings detected a fleet unlike anything previously encountered. The Voidborn, a species that existed partially outside normal spacetime. Entire ships moved not through propulsion but by folding reality itself. Their presence warped local star systems, and their motivations were inscrutable. The Galactic Accord sent envoys but communications failed. Sensors distorted. The Voidborn were entirely alien, their logic incomprehensible. Yet humans did not panic. Elias Mercer convened a war council. They are not like anything we have faced. Yet humanity has survived empires, ancient constructs, and cosmic intelligence. We adapt. We learn. And we endure. Lyra Sand proposed a cautious approach. We study them first. We observe, we probe, and we understand before acting. This is not a war we can win through weapons alone, it will be a war of intelligence. Human fleets moved in stealth, cloaked beyond detection, and deployed AI avatars to interact with Voidborn constructs. The first encounter was breathtaking. Entire fleets phased in and out of existence, energy storms tore ships apart, and yet humans adapted in real time, predicting patterns the Voidborn never anticipated. Part 23. The Mind of Humanity. The battle against the Voidborn was not a simple conflict. It became a test of cognitive supremacy. The Voidborn challenged humans with scenarios that bent perception, logic, and morality. Entire fleets were forced to navigate collapsing space-time corridors, where a single miscalculation would mean annihilation. Yet humans adapted. AI and human strategy merged seamlessly, creating a mind that could anticipate impossible outcomes. Every attack by the Voidborn became a lesson, every anomaly analyzed, and every failure turned into advantage. Elias Mercer addressed the fleet. They think they are beyond our understanding. But humanity is not limited to conventional thought. Our strength lies in imagination, adaptability, and the will to survive against impossible odds. We are apex, not because we destroy but because we understand and transcend. By combining technology, intelligence, and improvisation, humans began to predict Voidborn movements before they happened. Entire fleets were trapped without firing a single shot, demonstrating that humanity's shadow could even extend beyond conventional space-time understanding. Part 24. The Galactic Convergence. With the Voidborn proving to be a persistent challenge, humanity took the unprecedented step of unifying all civilizations under a single accord to confront the unknown. The Galactic Convergence became a meeting of species, former allies, former enemies, all under the guidance of Earth. Lyra Sand addressed the assembly. We do not dominate by fear. We do not command by force alone. We lead because we understand. The galaxy survives because humanity is willing to see the patterns, to adapt faster, and to act with precision others cannot match. Together, fleets coordinated attacks, defenses, and strategies. Human ingenuity was the keystone, guiding others while preserving their autonomy. The galaxy watched as humans led a coalition against a threat beyond imagination, demonstrating the apex species is also the ultimate strategist and teacher. Part 25. Shadows of Eternity. The final confrontation with the Voidborn reached its climax. Entire regions of space were reshaped by energy corridors, gravity wells, and quantum traps. Fleets appeared and vanished, energy beams bent reality itself, and alien admirals realized the terrifying truth. Humans had mastered not just technology, but the very nature of strategy and survival in the cosmos. Elias Mercer and Lyra Sand directed maneuvers from Erebus Prime, coordinating thousands of ships across multiple star systems. Remember, Elias said, they test our limits. But humans do not break. We adapt. We survive. And we win. In the final act, the Voidborn, for the first time, acknowledged humanity as an equal. They ceased attacks and entered dialogue, not as conquerors, but as a species recognizing humanity's unparalleled apex intelligence and adaptability. Part 26. Humanity's Eternal Shadow. With the Voidborn acknowledged and the galaxy unified, humanity's legacy was secure. They were the apex species, guardians of interstellar balance, and masters of strategy, intelligence, and adaptation. Elias Mercer addressed the galaxy. We were underestimated. We were ignored. We endured. We adapted. We surpassed. Humanity does not merely survive. We define the rules by which survival, intelligence, and wisdom are measured. Our shadow moves across the stars, shaping the cosmos, and it will endure for eternity. Humans continued exploring, teaching, and guiding, but always as apex survivors. Never tyrants, always strategists, always the species the galaxy could neither ignore nor surpass. And somewhere, in the far reaches of uncharted space, civilizations watched in awe, curiosity, and caution. Humanity's shadow had stretched beyond comprehension, beyond challenge, and into eternal legend. The universe had learned the ultimate lesson. Never underestimate Earth, never underestimate humanity, and never doubt the shadow that moves against the stars. Centuries after humans became the apex species, the galaxy had settled into a delicate balance. Wars were rare, but the responsibilities of supremacy weighed heavily on Earth. Philosophers, historians, strategists, and scientists convened in the Council of Continuum, a new institution dedicated to guiding humanity's influence across the stars. Lyra Sand, now a revered figure in galactic history, addressed the council. We are no longer measured by survival alone. We are measured by how we shape civilizations, how we guide intelligence, and how we understand the cosmos. Our shadow is not a weapon, it is a responsibility. Debates erupted over ethical dilemmas. Should humans intervene in emerging civilizations, or let them evolve naturally? Could humanity's guidance be mistaken for domination? How much freedom should be afforded to species under the Accord? Elias Mercer, observing from a distant orbital observatory, spoke quietly to Lyra. Power without wisdom is dangerous. We have survived the impossible because we adapted, learned, and predicted. Now we must ensure our legacy is guided not by fear, but by understanding. Even with the galaxy watching, humans face their toughest challenge yet, deciding how to wield apex influence without erasing diversity, ambition, or potential from other species. Part 28. The Arrival Beyond. Beyond the edge of the galactic rim, a phenomenon appeared. The Whispering Expanse, an uncharted region where the laws of physics fluctuated unpredictably. Entire fleets sent to explore vanished or returned with their crews irreversibly changed. Humanity, as apex species and protectors of the galaxy, took notice. A fleet was dispatched under the command of Captain Selene Arcturus, a new generation leader known for blending strategy, intuition, and diplomacy. The expanse itself seemed alive, responding to human probes with energy pulses that carried patterns resembling thought. Ships experienced hallucinations, time distortions, and impossible spatial geometries, but the humans adapted, learning to read the signals as a form of intelligence. Lyra Sand transmitted a warning to the fleet. This is not a natural phenomenon. The Whispering Expanse tests intellect, morality, and adaptability. Humanity will survive, not by weapons alone but by mind, strategy, and the courage to explore the unknown. Part 29. The Test of Minds. The Whispering Expanse began communicating in intricate quantum patterns, presenting humans with puzzles that tested perception, morality, and logic. Entire fleets had to navigate multidimensional traps, paradoxical scenarios, and illusions of imminent destruction. Captain Selene Arcturus led the human response. Using quantum-linked AI, predictive algorithms, and human intuition, the fleet adapted in real time, solving problems the expanse presented faster than any other species could. Elias Mercer, observing remotely, remarked, "This is humanity's true apex, our ability to adapt to reality itself, not just manipulate others or command fleets. The galaxy may fear our shadows, but here, we shine through intellect and creativity." Even the alien species within the Galactic Accord watched in awe. Humans were no longer just apex survivors, they had become cosmic problem solvers, explorers of impossible realms, and masters of thought itself. Part 30. Shadows Beyond the Stars. After months of navigating the expanse, humanity succeeded where countless others had failed. The region revealed an ancient intelligence, an entity that had observed galaxies rise and fall over eons. Its message was simple but profound. You have survived. You have adapted. You have become apex. But the universe is infinite, and eternity is patient. Your shadow is long human. Walk wisely, for even the stars remember those who overreach. Elias Mercer and Lyra Sand reflected on this warning. Humanity had become a species that could shape the fate of the galaxy, but wisdom, ethics, and adaptability remained their true weapons. The Galactic Accord reinforced exploration, education, and diplomacy. Humans now guided civilizations without domination, proving that apex supremacy could coexist with morality. Fleets expanded into intergalactic space, colonies flourished, and knowledge of the cosmos grew exponentially. The galaxy whispered tales of humanity, the species underestimated for centuries, the species that mastered survival, strategy, and intellect, and the species whose shadows stretched beyond the stars themselves. Part 31. Humanity Eternal. In the final scenes of humanity's long journey, Earth became a symbol of apex evolution, its history studied by countless species. Humans continued exploring, guiding, and occasionally testing the boundaries of cosmic knowledge. New generations of leaders, strategists, and explorers maintained humanity's legacy, blending wisdom with apex capability. Even the most ancient cosmic intelligences recognized that humans were a species beyond comparison, forever apex, forever adaptable, and forever moving against the stars. Elias Mercer's final words to the Council of Continuum echoed through history. We were underestimated. We endured. We adapted. We excelled. Humanity is more than survival. We are thought, strategy, intellect, and vision. Our shadow moves across the stars, eternal, unstoppable, and infinite. The universe itself seemed to acknowledge the apex of humanity. Stars flickered as if in recognition, ancient intelligences bowed silently, and civilizations new and old recorded the legend of Earth. The galaxy had learned the ultimate truth. Never underestimate Earth, never underestimate humanity, and never doubt the shadows that move among the stars. The end, for now and forever.